Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia, and today we are looking at the latest product of our attempt to get some jungle wood. This is a nice, large jungle tree that we've got here. Whee! How am I going to get it down, I wonder? And a nice number of potential saplings here also. This was after I finally managed to get 4 of them so that I'll be able to attempt to, let's see if I can. Well, yeah, that's the problem with jungle trees is getting up to them so that you can get to the top. I suppose I could do what I have traditionally done with large trees, and that is just to axe my way up slowly. I think I'll do it that way then, since the way I was getting ready to do just wasn't working. What I'll do is just do 3 up here, 3 up here, and slowly up. The fastest way is definitely to get up to the top and come down, but you need a good safe way to get up in the first place. So my usual method then is the not so fast, but I found to be reliable way, and that's this. And I want to be able to catch everything before the, yeah, I know I'm missing all the vines, but I suppose I'll just have to live with not having the vines. It's not like I really need them or anything like that. I have other sources for vines because I do have swamps in my territory. It's just the jungle stuff that I don't have a reliable source of. Alright, let's see. I just have to make sure that I finish all this before the saplings start to despawn, because we certainly don't want any of that. The thing is just sitting up there in the middle of the air. Whew. Oopsie daisy. Up here. I think I did a miss hit there, and maybe. Whoops! Oh, I don't want to fall now. Yeah, I may have thought I've come to the top a little bit earlier than I did. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. There we go. Well, fortunately, there are ways to fix such mistakes. Temporarily put a couple of things in there to repair the damage I just did. Alright, good. Well, that one I didn't need to put in, I guess, but that was an easy one to get in the first place. Yeah, okay, I am getting near the top. That's good. Not quite near enough to the top, but close enough for the moment. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm way up here and the sun is coming down. Oopsie daisy. This is going to be awkward. Very awkward. Maybe I should have checked the time before I started this. Okay. Yeah, because no good way of handling this now. Alright, well, let's go down quickly. Yeah, right. Let's hit the hay and then... Whew, it looks like a couple of monsters did spawn. And it was picking up my wood. Good grief. At least I got some saplings out of it also. That's good news. It's been really embarrassing to go through all that to turn out to be no saplings as a result of it. Well, hopefully I got everything, but I won't know that until later. See, saplings. Oh, 3 of them. Okay, that's good. And let's see, what else did I want to do? Oh, do I have any? Oh, I already have shears on me. That means I can go and collect. Okay, I got 4. All right, that's good. That's the minimum I need in order to. All right, I'll get a couple of vines at least. Well, I will at least get them if I can. Ooh. I'll just plant this here. Well, all right, well planted. Well, maybe that's not a good place to plant it, considering that we've got that large one right over. What the pick up that stupid seed? Really, really, really. There you go. Now, I took care of that. Aha, I was afraid of that. There was a straggler left. But overall, I got over a stack and a half of jungle wood, and with what I had collected earlier, I now have well over 2 stacks. Now, I still haven't figured out why we've got this twig right there hanging out in the middle of the air. I'm going to assume that is some sort of a glitch rather than anything serious, but just in case. Oh! Oh, what? That's not a twig. That's the stairway in the temple. This one looks a little lower than the first one. I was thinking perhaps I could do this a little bit better. Just come up here. I added a couple of extra vines already just to make the climb easier. Good. And I did get to the top. Oh, I could put that up here. All right, I am on the top of the tree, and it is morning, so I won't run into the trouble I had last time. And I just need to get a few saplings around here also while I'm at this. Make sure I don't miss any wood while I'm at it, right? After what happened last time. All right, there you go. Here is the main area. Good. Make sure there is no wood. I think though all the wood will at least be attached to. Actually, no, in a jungle tree, I'm not completely sure on that. Let's see. Now I can do it this way. Much quicker that way. Aha, but I do have to pay attention here. I'm not going to grab every single vine I can get. I got plenty of those, and there are easy ways to get those back. They go around all over the place, whether you like it or not. There you go. There you go. I'll certainly have plenty of jungle wood after this. I was afraid I was going to run out there because I was down to my last sapling. And I got a relatively small tree out of it, but somehow it produced 4 saplings. And from that, I made that big one you saw earlier. Okay, those are all taken care of. Good. Now let's just want to make sure you get all the wood, because that's the problem with jungle wood, is that you've got all those saplings branching out all over the place. Good. And I've got, how many saplings did I get? I have 4 saplings. Getting enough saplings so that I get my investment back is always good. In fact, occasionally I might even get an extra one. Right there. And, ooh, wait, that one's big and tall. So I've got a little bit of cutting to do. But I think this gives me an idea that I do now have a way to get jungle wood when I need it. And I think I've got, let's see, I got a full stack for that now there. Yeah, I've got several stacks of it. So I think I'll just stow away the saplings I get this time. And worry about growing more of them when I get to a point where I need more. But for now, I have got, let's see, where is this? Ah, yes. 1, 2, 3 stacks. Almost a half there. And that's probably worth a stack just by itself right there. So I'll probably have 5 stacks worth by the time I finish harvesting all of this. Which means that I'll be able to safely start using this wood, because I was wondering whether I would have to be very, very careful on it. But looks like the large ones produce a good number of saplings because they have a huge canopy with them. And that's quite useful when you want to get more saplings. Now that's decided on, it means I could use some of these some of this wood for building here the quarters for the cleric here. Now I'm going to be making this. It's going to be the sleeping chamber where I'm going to have my bed, a chest or two, and here's going to be an antechamber that's going to lead into it. Now, I am going to have a way so that villagers do not think that this is a viable bed to use, because as soon as I plop a bed down here, a villager will decide it's a great place to sleep, and I want to avoid that. Right now, though, what I want to worry about is the floor. What type of floor do I want? And I'm figuring a checkerboard floor would be good. So nothing as complex as this one, sort of that style of a checkerboard except for the entire floor. And I was trying to decide which woods to do. I was considering jungle wood, and now that I have actually got a decent supply of it, I think I'll go with that. So we will go with that, and how about dark oak? There you go. Dark oak and jungle wood. Let's see how that looks together. And if I'm lucky, it'll look nice. And if not, I'll decide which one to dunk. I think that is will do. Okay, good. Now the entrance would be right here. A connector here. I'll probably... Oh. Well, that's not good. If I'm going to have a connector here, when you go through the door, then I really should have this and that match so that the connector could be the opposite. All right. So I think the pattern works, but I continued it wrong. There you go. That looks much better. I even now have the connector there, so I know where the door will go. But of course, even if I had the doors here and the interior walls here, it would mean nothing if I had no exterior walls. So I think I need to get going on those exterior walls, at least get them too high so the villagers won't be getting in. Now, according to the module, the exterior walls to the temple are made of granite, and it also states that there are no exterior windows. Why? I have absolutely no idea. I would think that an agricultural goddess will love to have some windows to let in light to help things grow, but I am not the architect that designed this temple. I am just following their plan. Hmm. The other thing about the module is that it says it's made of granite, but it doesn't say what type of granite. Now, in Minecraft, we only have one type of granite, and that's red granite. But somehow I'm not too sure about red granite being completely surrounded an agricultural goddess's temple. But then, what would I expect? I mean, would it be a grayish granite or something like that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a lower level of red granite and then use andesite for the upper levels on that, and that will represent my a grayer type of granite that I'll have in here. And I'm obviously going to have to do something such as banners in order to keep things a little bit on the interesting side, because even I will have trouble when you go into a temple that looks like a big box of granite. After a bit of time, I believe I have finally made a decision what I'm going to do with the outer walls. I will start with granite on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mural. The granite is going to represent the ground, earth. And I may replace this cobble here also. We have two layers here where we're there, and there I only have to worry about one layer. Of course, I'll need to get enough granite in order to get all the way around if I do that. So first, I just want to make sure that I'm able to get all the way around. I may do something different for the door area right here, especially if I don't have enough granite. Well, definitely don't have enough granite here because I only have 12 left here. But what I could do is I can just start out with the front and slowly get the rest of it as I go along. And I do have enough in order to enclose this section right here, which is what's most important. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this with granite at the bottom. Then I'm going to have murals in here, which are going to be probably different for each section. In the front, I'll have trees, for example, and I'll use diorite for the tree itself, and I'll use andesite as a bit of a background. Maybe I will use some other materials, perhaps lapis, perhaps, maybe occasionally, or something like this. I have to think of that. And I'm hoping that on the sides, I'll be able to do some types of agricultural plants. That'll probably be something to be, you need what, pumpkins, wheat, beets. I have to think about all the ones I'm going to do. At least that's the basic plan I've got. It'll probably take a while for me to actually execute it all the way through. But as long as I have a basic plan, that's what's going to work here. Oh, and it looks like just this is enough to discourage the villagers because it so happens that this is at a height of 2 all the way around. Oh, how convenient. I went back to my base and picked up a little bit more granite, and I had a lot more granite than I had remembered, so I may have to incorporate that a little bit more than I was originally thinking. So we'll just have to see, but I think I will still use granite as my base. As I said before, just get this all the way around. Then I can see about the room itself, which is the next area to concern myself with. Now, how many doors are there going to be into there? You obviously will have the main entrance to the temple right there. I suspect that there are a couple of side ones that I'm not thinking of at the moment. But where they are, I have to think on. The module shows a secret door right here. Now, I'm not going to have it as a secret door. I think it'll just be a side door because this is where we have the kennels and maybe chicken coops and stuff like that, the various outbuildings that we have to the temple. Actually, I guess the chicken coops and right will all be around here for the kennels and the like. Just have to remember where the boundaries of, because I've been working on the interior so much I forgot where the outer walls would be. Now the outer walls are going to be made of probably stone. That would be my guess. I would have used probably cobble walls for it, but unfortunately they're not going to look right until 1.16, and this is a 1.15 build, so I guess I'll just have to dispense with that idea. But we do have our dining room here and our little side entrance there where you can go to walk about the grounds after you have a meal. I think that works perfectly well. So those will be our two entrances. And as I mentioned before, if I had enough granite, I was going to take this lower layer out, and I'm going to replace that with granite also. So it looks like the ground. That's what it's going to represent, because at least I could think of Earth as something that is akin to something of interest to an agricultural goddess. So I will do that and continue that all the way about. And that takes care of the base to the exterior wall. Good. And I think that also takes care of the episode. Next time we are going to get more serious with this and do the interior walls in there and get our bed and all in there. And I suppose I'm going to need an iron door probably right here so the villagers just don't go in and out the door, which is an easy way around things. But that is all for the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.